from the media to all sorts of people who try to take advantage of tragedy to build their street credibility, we are just not doing things the right way. People die, and people will always continue to die. When people die, we will grieve, because that's how we are programmed to be, right? We are programmed to be happy when things are good, to be sad when things are bad, and to be reflective in between. Sometimes when things are good, you still have to pause and reflect and ask yourself, how can I continue and enjoy these good tidings? When things are bad, you would also still, you will mourn, and then you will come and start thinking and reflecting. And so we should always do things the right way and in moderation. From a lot of the funerals and announcements I've seen, in fact, it started with some of the road crashes. When there's a road crash, everybody wants to be the first to break the news. Everybody wants to be the first to show details. And in our attempt to do that, we show all sorts of traumatizing images that will leave usually families of the victims traumatized for the rest of their lives. Because there are certain things you see and you can never unsee. Right? There was that Lumbe's funeral, for example. Somebody dies. Yes, he was a national asset, so it's a national loss.
Yeah.
But what do? We carry our cameras and our recorders, and we put our cameras in the face of mourners, especially family people. So his wife and his kids are arriving from Germany, and even at the airport, there are cameras in their face. And whilst they grieve, that's when we are asking them stupid questions. Why do we do that? We invade people's homes and their privacy with our cameras. And you see, initially, when I started seeing these things, I thought it was just the media being a little over the top, which we've been, and we've lost it. I've seen the media covering national tragedy before, and now it's not as it used to be, because everybody wants the clicks, especially for social media platforms, for TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. We want as much content as possible to get revenue. So we forget that people are people first. The death and the tragedy is first a tragedy. Any other thing that comes with it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you are the one getting the news first. It doesn't matter if you are the one showing the images first. It doesn't matter if you are the one getting closer to where the action is. But if you are going to do that, you must do it right.
Yeah.
And then there are celebrities, there are politicians who also move around with their media people. These days, you see people moving around and they have their camera person following them with the latest gadgets, covering every moment. So if you go and see someone's widow and the widow is crying, they are weeping, they are shedding tears, how can you just go or zoom onto the person and cover and capture that image?
Look, are you done?
I'm not done. You go for a national wreath laying event. You can stay, say, 10, 20 meters. Then you frame the shot, right? And then you run commentary. Oh, so just in is Minister for Communication, Sam George, with his family. They're also here to mourn. If you have some information about Sam George and the relationship with the deceased, you can run that. But we just go straight to them in their face, put the cameras in their face, and start asking them questions. And then we try to show every little detail. And you see, the other thing that is getting me worried is beyond the funerals, the fact that wherever you go, there are multiple cameras. So you see a Winston talking to someone at an event. You are capturing what they are saying. You see the president talking to someone at an event. You are capturing and you are trying to capture what they are saying. We in our quest to break news, in our quest to get enough content to make money. For me, look, I was head of digital at City, right? And I've done the digital business so the more content you are churning out, especially with video content, the more money you are making. So and these days there are bloggers everywhere. Mr. So and so walks around with their blogger, Madam So and so walking around with their blogger. It's like we've thrown public decency away, and it's all about taking photos, capturing images. It's not right. In instances where there are children, we are recording the children. Elderly people, it's like Nyansano, yeah, they are tunchain, and we are just chasing content, and we are just chasing the clicks and the videos. Who taught us that? We are not a people known to do that. This is not what we are as a people. Somebody has lost a relative. Give them space. We shouldn't even be going to the homes of the victims in the first place. I don't think it's right. You can be in the neighborhood, you can be around the home, but to enter the home and taking videos of, you're even invading their privacy. Who taught us that? It is just not right. Across board, the media, we failed. The media teams and the publicity teams of all these dignitaries and our ministers, they failed. And the people organizing the events, I think it's time that we bring decency in the public space. If it's a conference, if it's a funeral, it's a press event, you need to accredit the people coming to do that. You need to set a parameter for people. You even need to give them a brief before the event begins. What can be captured, what cannot be captured. We are just messing ourselves up.